welcome back. We're joined by the Mails, Andrew Pearce, the Mirror's Kevin Maguire. They're still with us. And with 20 brands of cough medicine taken off the shelves over concerns that the ingredient pholcodine can cause a life-threatening allergic reaction if you're having a general anaesthetic. We're joined by Dr. Hilary, Dr. Leyla Hannbeck from the Association of Independent Multiple Pharmacies.
Morning.
He's talking to Dr. Hannbeck first. It must have been a surprise and hugely disruptive for your members to suddenly have to take products off the shelves that they are used to selling every day.
Yes, of course. So it was yesterday that we received the alerts and we were asked to immediately act on it to make sure that these products are removed from shelves. And these products are very common products, so there are quite a few medicines over the counter that actually include this substance, pholcodine. So yeah, it was a big operation for pharmacies.
Dr. Hilary, these are very common products. I've got them in my medicine cabinet. So what is the reason that we can no longer purchase them?
Yeah, we can see a few there, but there are. We've got a full list on the Facebook page if people want to have a look. The reason they've been withdrawn is because there is a slightly increased risk of anaphylaxis if you have a general anaesthetic using muscle relaxants within a year after taking pholcodine. Now, pholcodine's been around for 70 years. It's a very common ingredient. And I have to say that this is a precaution. The risk of this anaphylactic reaction is very, very small. However, safety is paramount, and that's why the Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency have decided to withdraw these things from the shelves.
It's interesting. I was thinking to myself, this is quite... You'd have to have quite a sequence of events, wouldn't you, in order for this to be a risk? Because the allergic reaction is not to the ingredient
Exactly right.
in these products.
Yes.
You don't take this product and then have the allergic reaction. The danger is that you're using one of these products and then within the next year, you might go into hospital and undergo general anaesthetic with this other particular ingredient. And I thought, well, how would that ever happen? And then I realised that my youngest has suffered from tonsillitis and therefore has probably had quite a lot of these products, me thinking it's a cold, and then was booked in to, or I was considering having him booked in to have his tonsils removed. Yeah. It never went ahead because he didn't need them and
Sure.
you need quite a high threshold. But I thought, well, that then, would that have put him at risk? What would I need to tell who in order for this risk to be eliminated?
So if you have an unexpected need for a general anaesthetic, you tell the anaesthetist today, for example, that you might have taken pholcodine at some point in the previous year. And the anaesthetist would say, don't worry, we're quite confident and skilled in dealing with anaphylaxis should it happen. We'll be ready for that. So it's not going to stop anyone having an operation today at all.
So
I have never seen this reaction in 45 years
So
of medical
you would
practice.
still
Most doctors
have the
won't
general
either.
anaesthetic,
Yes.
even though you know that you just previously used the product?
10,000, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
So how about if you're Susanna and you have seen the news today and you know in your cupboard you've got, say, Day Nurse, which has got the ingredient in it. You know that if you went to the chemist, you now wouldn't be able to buy a new bottle because chemists are now not selling it at the moment. But I've got a bottle in the cupboard. Should I now throw it away? Should I not take it? Should I take it but think, but if I have a general anaesthetic, I'll make sure I tell somebody? What do I do as a punter?
It's an effective antitussive. It's good for a dry cough, isn't it? But the advice that people are being given is to go and talk to your pharmacist or your doctor and say, what are the alternatives to this? The pharmacist will say, give me that back, I'll dispose of that for you. There are plenty of alternatives. Hot lemon and honey, steam inhalations, lozenges, simple linctus, which don't contain pholcodine, which is, after all, a dilute opioid. So, you know, there are alternatives. But as I say, the risk is tiny.
But you would throw it away?
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't?
I wouldn't. No, it's an effective dry cough remedy which has been around for 70 years.
So you would take it, but ask the pharmacist for advice
Next
first.
time round, next time you have a cough. Most coughs are self-limiting. You might not even need
Hang on, I'm
a dry
confused
cough.
because surely if you're not allowed to sell it, that's because people shouldn't be taking it, Dr. Leyla Hannbeck.
Well, we've been asked that, you know, these products should be taken off the shelves. So, but some people may have it in their homes from, you know, previous purchases from the pharmacy. But the risk to people taking pholcodine is small. But as Dr. Hilary was saying, I mean, if they're about to go to surgery, it's very important that they speak to the pharmacist or healthcare professional.
So, OK, so I'm a punter and I'm going to come in to speak to my pharmacist.
Yeah.
I've seen this guidance. I've got a bottle of Day Nurse at home, which I bought from you 3 months ago. I've got a bit of a cough. Should I take it?
I would ask you to, there are loads of other alternatives available.
No, but I bought this one. Should I take this one?
Well, it's better, but as a pharmacist, I can't do this because obviously we've been asked to take this off the shelves and, recall this. That is what we need to do for patient safety. Yeah. I would tell you, please, there are other alternatives, Mr. Edwall. You can take other medicines available.
So the advice that we should ask our pharmacist is all very well, but the pharmacist isn't going to tell me, don't take it, Dr. Hilary.
The pharmacist might well say, look, I've been given this advice and I have to say there are safer alternatives. There's always safer alternatives. Having, if you've invested money in your cough medicine, you've got a cough today, you're not likely to have a general anaesthetic in the near future, I would say use it. That's what I would say. As a doctor, I would certainly take it if I had a dry cough. Having said that, yeah, if you're worried about this risk, having had it explained to you, then don't take it. It's a personal choice if you've already got some, but you're not going to be able to get any more from the pharmacist in the near future.
OK.
I think I might just decide for precautionary reasons, given the risk is very small, but actually, it's been sitting around in my cupboard for 5 years and it's probably out of date. I think I might just throw it away and buy a new one.
As I say,
buy one which is
it's been around,
OK.
It's been around 70 years. Most doctors will never seen this anaphylaxis in their lifetime.
Interesting. So the medicines being recalled: Boots night cough relief oral solution, Boots dry cough syrup, 6 years plus, Boots day cold and flu relief oral solution, cough said Linctus. There's a huge number of them. Just, Dr. Leyla, just to point out, Night Nurse is very common. Yeah. It isn't actually on the list, except when it's part of Day and Night Nurse tablets. Which are sold together.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes. It's just that substance, pholcodine.
Yes, which isn't in Night Nurse, am I right about that?
Yeah, in the liquids, yeah.
OK.
I'm going to go home and see if I've got Night Nurse rather than Day Nurse, because then I'll be all right.